And does anybody here disagree with me that Mazzagatti is a fucking toolbox? I mean, he literally did nothing. Fitch is out cold. And I saw some people talking shit on the internet today. Like, oh, well, BJ Penn held the choke for 5 more seconds, and somebody else, I can't remember who it was, rear naked chokes. If you fucking choke me, hold a real naked choke for 5 more seconds. This fucking choke? Anybody who's ever done any jiu-jitsu, that thing does fucking damage. It hurts, and a guy's unconscious, and you're squeezing his neck. All this shit right here as hard as you can. You're a fucking idiot to think that a rear naked choke is the exact same as that front choke.
What do you think about that?
I think it's disgusting. I think he's disgusting, and I never want to see him reffing ever again. For that idiot to say that he gave her the opportunity to be a warrior, no, you moron. You're in there to protect her from herself. He makes me sick.
And literally, when he goes limp, and he's out. Then he rolls him fucking over, lets his head fucking flop to the thing, and then stands up over him. He's literally like this, standing up over him before Mazzagatti even fucking gets in the picture. The Nevada State Athletic Commission is going to keep this fucking guy around until he seriously hurts somebody. That guy is dangerous. He's dangerous.
You will be in Nevada on July 6th, one of your biggest shows. He will probably be reffing.
They'll make him the main event now. Now, because I said this, the Nevada State Athletic Commission will give him the silver fight.
Is that unfathomable? The fact that no one polices in our sport, the police officers, right? It's it's almost you can even say it's corrupt at this point. That there's no penalty.
It's not corrupt. When you talk about the Nevada State Athletic Commission and the fact that they keep doing this, it's complete and total ego.
You think it's just because you keep complaining?
Yes,
they keep doing it.
Complaining, they will keep putting him front and center.
But on a show like that, it has nothing to do with you.
It's disgusting. At what point do you realize that this guy's an incompetent fool? And I have nothing personal against this guy. I don't even know him. Steve Mazzagatti's the worst referee in the history of fighting. I mean, I can't stand this guy. He's so bad. It just makes me cringe every time he steps into the octagon. And he's going to hurt somebody. So I wonder what's going to happen when somebody gets seriously hurt in a Mazzagatti fight. What are they going to write it off to? Anything can happen. This is a combat sport, and anything can happen. This guy is dangerous.
As a promoter, can you say that? Because some fighters can say they don't want, Brock Lesnar famously did it. Can you say you don't want him working on your show?
I can't. Fighters can.
Can you ask your fighters to do it?
Yeah, Would I?
Yeah.
Would I do what?
Would you ask your fighters, hey, please?
That's not right of me. You know what I mean? If a fighter feels comfortable with Steve Mazzagatti, let me tell you what. If I was a fighter, and I showed up that night and it said Steve, I'd be like, oh fucking hell no. One of two things are going to happen tonight. I'm either going to get hurt, or this guy's going to do something stupid and screw up my fight. But I would never tell a fighter to do that. It's up to the fighter whether, hey, maybe you're a fighter and you don't, I couldn't believe that there were actually guys on the internet today debating on whether last night's stoppage was horrifying. They're considered the best in the world, Mazzagatti still fucking works. That guy still has a job. That's crazy.
Is Herb Dean booked somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, Herb Dean should ref every fight there is, but the guy would get exhausted. He couldn't do it, and they'd never let that happen. Mazzagatti still works. In the rules, it says that the guys are supposed to be fighting. There's actually points that can be taken away for timidity. You know what I mean? But if you see two guys clinching, it makes me think that Yves Levine doesn't know what he's doing. Do you not know the fucking rules? Do you not know how this game is played?
Is it because he didn't make the move to get in close and look that he stayed away that you're disgusted?
If you ever watch Mazzagatti ref a fight, he fucking stands there like this. He's doing his fucking grocery list, thinking about did he TiVo the fucking his favorite show. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Or sometimes he'll go like this and start looking like this when they're not even fucking doing anything. When they're doing shit, he's not in there when he's supposed to be in there.
Unlike
The guy has
Dean
no
tonight,
fucking
yeah,
idea what he's looking at. I said it a long time ago. The guy shouldn't even be watching MMA on television, let alone fucking reffing it. You know, everybody thinks, oh, he just fucking hates this guy. I don't even know the guy. He might be the nicest guy in the world. He might fucking, on weekends, might save small orphans from fucking disasters, for all I know. I don't know what the guy does. I don't know him at all. I know he should not be in a fucking cage reffing a fight.
And your passion for this is because you're worried that someone's going to get
He's
killed.
going to hurt somebody. He's either going to hurt somebody or he's going to continue to screw up guys' legacies. This is a fight. It's like we're talking about Roy Nelson tonight. Roy Nelson put his balls on the fucking table and rolled the dice tonight. He was on the last fight of his contract, right? That's what these guys do every time they step in the fucking octagon, whether they have a contract or not. You're as good as your last fight. I'm as good as my last fight, meaning the shows that I put on. You know what I mean? We all live in this world. This isn't baseball. It's not like, oh, shit, team, we lost tonight. That's all right. We have 300 more games this summer.
If I had some say in it, fucking Steve Mazzagatti would be up in the fucking North Pole somewhere reffing fights. And sometimes when I look at him, it looks like he's doing his fucking grocery list.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. If the Nevada State Athletic Commission gave a shit what we thought, Mazzagatti would have been gone a long time ago. And Nevada State Athletic Commission is supposed to be the best in the country. It used to be. It's not anymore. It's not anymore.
If you can prove that he's putting your fighters' lives at risk, then surely you ought to be able to force something.
But how do you do that in a court where the judge and everybody else wouldn't even know what they were looking at? Let me tell you what. If you've that's the problem with Mazzagatti. If you've never been in that fucking choke that John Fitch was in, he had his arms around his neck, big deal. Yeah, let somebody who's trained, strong, and has that choke on you the right way do it to you. Have him just do it to you for a second and see how you feel. I'm not talking about choke you unconscious and then keep holding it until he wants to let go. And you see Fitch's arms go dead. You see him go limp. Mazzagatti standing in the corner. Pick up some bread, fucking milk, right? Then he flips him over and is still on top of him with the choke, flips his head back, then stands above him and goes like this. And then you see Mazzagatti going, is he sleeping? I guess this fight's over, right? I mean, you couldn't explain that to somebody unless they'd been choked before, to know the difference between the two chokes.
As a result of this and other decisions, is it fair for you to say that Keith Kaiser is doing your state, Nevada, a disservice as commissioner, that he's not doing his job?
Ariel, shut up. You answer that question. Would you say, Ariel, would you say that Keith Kaiser is doing the state of Nevada a disservice by keeping Mazzagatti in there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. Stupid fucking question.
No one wants to hear it from me. No one wants to hear it from me.
No?
Dana, I think you could prove that to a court, though, yeah. Because I mean, actually, to be honest, I've never been in a guillotine choke, but I can tell when a guy is out unconscious and the referee still hasn't stepped in. I mean, I think you could, exercise your right to file a lawsuit and see what happens.
You know what? We've talked about this so many times, and I got a lot of lawyers and a lot of smart guys and guys who came off the commission. Nobody has ever said, you know what we can do? So I don't know if we can do that.
Oh, he's hurt. Holy shit. Come on, ref. Ref, stop the fuck. Jesus Christ. I don't want to shit on Arizona after they've been so good to us, but that's a rough one. Yeah. The guys, I heard.
He's a local ref. He does that a lot.
He's a local ref. I heard this guy's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Is that true?
Yeah, sure is.
He's a bad local ref. Like he's consistent.
He's what?
If you go to a local fight and he's refing, you know something's going to happen.
Oh, really? Oh, he's the Arizona Mazzagatti?
100%.
Okay. It makes sense then.
Steve Mazzagatti's the worst referee.
Not that you have any choice in the referees, but I mean, really, honestly, what do you do about the problems that you've been having lately? Is that something you would need to sit down with the commissions? I mean, how do you really remedy the situation?
They don't want to sit down with me. I mean, we'll leave that up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo's the diplomat here. I will always be vocal. I will always say exactly what I think and how I feel about it, I would have to say that I am probably the most vocal promoter on the planet when it comes to officiating. And I'm not just talking about mixed martial arts, I'm talking about boxing too. If this doesn't get fixed, it just absolutely crushes the sport. It's so bad. It's
so how does it get fixed, Dan? Honestly, how does it get fixed? I know you say they don't listen to you, but it's your livelihood too. It's your business.
These athletic commissions are put in place to provide judges and referees to be fair, to know what they're doing, to be professional, and to score. It's like the kick to the body tonight. That was a kick to the body, and Rosenthal jumps in the middle because he thought it was a kick to the groin. Come on, man, you're standing right there. Open your eyes, pay attention. Pay attention. This is what you're getting paid to do. This is what you do. You choose to do this. If you don't want to do it 100%, don't do it. Go do something else. You know, there's a difference between a kick to the fight could have been ended right there, right? And that's a situation where he doesn't see it. He stops the action, gets half-assed in there, right? Instead of making a clear, decisive decision. And what if Riddle lost the fight after that? In a point where he could have won the fight because he had him hurt to the body with a beautiful kick, which those are hard to land. You don't see him land it all the time, where you actually really hurt a guy, and he jumps in the middle, you know? Then Levine, I'm so pissed at Levine, man, just stands there like a dope and watches these guys clinch on the fence, not advancing their position, not doing damage, just standing there for 2 rounds, and then you let them do it for an entire 5 minutes in a 3-round fight, you know? And again, I blame all 3 involved in that, the 2 fighters and the ref. But the ref's job is to protect the fighters, make the right calls, and make sure they fight.
So why don't you think then that they are held accountable or can't be? Like, I mean, if they have a bad night, then when we have bad nights, you know, you're either reprimanded, you're suspended, you do whatever. Don't you think then commissions should do the same, or are you feeling that